Welcome to What Do You Say, the podcast that peels back the layers of remarkable individuals to reveal their extraordinary sides and their incredible lives. I'm your host, Frank Termini, and I'm absolutely thrilled to embark on this journey with you. The podcast name's What Do You Say, but that's not how it's said.
How do you say it?
We say.
What do you say?
We say.
What do you say?
We say.
What do you say?
You got it. We say.
Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to What Do You Say? My name is Andrew Termini. With me, as always, is my brother and host, Frank Termini. Please go out there if you like what we're doing here. Please go out there, like, subscribe, leave us a review, let us know how we're doing, and please turn on those notifications so we can notify you every time we upload some new content. That's pretty good.
Best one yet, dude.
Best one yet, man.
Best one yet.
Yeah.
So today we got Jayshawn Ross, Big Play Jay.
Yeah.
That's what I call you.
BPJ.
Yeah. Jay, scoot that mic a
Four-star-
little closer so we can yeah.
There you go. 4-star recruit, 2 years at Pius, 2 years at Liberty North, recruited by just about everybody, every Power 5 school, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then ended up going to Bama.
Alabama.
Man.
Bama. Graduated a semester early, right?
Yes, sir.
Is that like, so was that necessary? Did you have to do that? Did they want you up there in the spring?
No, not really. I mean, it's always good to get up there and, get some extra repetition, but for the most part, my size and everything was where it needed to be. It was just going up there to get some extra seeing.
So how do you graduate early?
Right, yeah, right. Talk to me about that.
You have to take a couple summer courses and stuff like that, but if
How
you
many hours in the summer did you have to take?
I took like two.
That's it.
At the beginning, 2 more at the end, and
So 4 total.
and that pushed me to get to where I was.
Did you do this with the thinking that, I'm going to need to be done a semester early so I can prepare myself for college athletics?
Yes.
Yeah.
I seen that they were going to the Rose Bowl and all, so I was like, definitely got to get in on that.
Yeah,
See
hell
what's
yeah.
going on and be the first to see it.
That was fun to watch. What a
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. it
What
was
a
very
good game. I know they lost, but man, what a great game. So I got to coach you. I had the privilege of coaching you your freshman, your sophomore year. And if I remember correctly, you started to get recruited by a sophomore, right?
Yeah. Late freshman, early
Late-
sophomore.
Early sophomore. So who I remember Oregon came. I remember USC, I think, came. And then when Oregon and USC showed up to the weight room, it's when I realized, like, holy shit, this is legit, right? But who was it? Did those two come to the table first?
It was K-State and then KU.
K-State, then KU. Okay, so here, let me rewind, because I remember that your freshman year, the COVID year, and I remember holding one of those tape measures. You were right by the shed, and we were taking a picture of you, and we held a tape measure with you standing like this, and then we held one vertically, and then didn't K-State pretty much offer after looking at that?
Yeah. It was that. They offered before that, and then we went down for the camp, me and Mike, and then, that was pretty much it. They just wanted to get eyes on me. And
So they looked at you, and they were like, man, if we can't make this kid a football player.
Yeah. It was the wingspan that sold them, for sure.
What is it?
Like an 80, I think.
80?
80.1.
80.1, so 6 feet 8 inches would be the wingspan there. Right?
How tall are you?
6'4".
6'4". That's actually kind of from what I understand, this math could be way off, but typically how tall you are is how wide your wingspan is. Yeah.
Well, but that's only 76.
Right. He's got another 4 inches.
No. Yeah, right. 4.5 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here, if you look at him when he stands up, his arms hang down to the middle of his thighs.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you could pick
It's a
some
good
shit up
problem to have. It definitely is.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to bend down and pick shit up when your arms are already almost there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you right now, I wish I had arms that long. Sometimes that. Hold on. We good?
Yeah.
Touch
Yeah.
it.
sometimes I'm like, man, that ground's far down.
Yeah.
Ah, darn. So you started out, you were an edge guy, freshman year,
Yes.
sophomore year, played off the edge, and then you even played some wide receiver.
Yes. Yeah, that was the fun part.
You liked wide receiver
Yes.
better than I could see where you would. I could see where you would.
Frank, adjust that cord and then just don't touch it. If you move it from here.
I got it.
We got you?
I got it.
All right.
I think we got it.
Yeah.
I'm not good with
No,
anything that has a wire.
I don't know what to do with my hands. What I do with my hands?
I'm not good with anything that has a wire. So started out edge guy, wide receiver, really never came off the field. And then at what point did you know I got something special here, right? Because I know as a freshman and sophomore, I don't really think you understood. I got to tell this story.
Let's hear it.
I got to tell this story.
What's that?
Oregon is in our weight room,
Okay.
and Jayshawn hadn't showed up yet.
Was it?
He was like 10 minutes late,
Okay.
and I'm ready to kill him. Okay, and he saunters in the weight room with no sense of urgency. Okay, like
He's here.
I'm here,
Yeah,
right?
I'm here.
And he's got flip flops on,
Okay.
Andrew, and he's drinking a Coke, and he has a thing of Mike and Ike's. Okay, and he saunters into the weight room, drinking his Coke and eating his Mike and Ike's, and he puts 3 plates on each side of the bar and just starts repping it out, squatting. He's a sophomore
With flip flops.
with flip flops on. with flip flops on. And, the guy from Oregon's mouth drops, and it's like, oh, all right, I've seen enough,
Yeah.
But so clearly at that point, you don't realize what you have.
No. I was showing up, just lifting, I think I overslept that day. It was crazy.
Weird.
Got a phone call with urgency to get there.
Who was it, Mike, or was it?
It was Mike.
Okay.
Mike
All right.
calls me. He's like, the big guy. He's here. He's upset. Get here. So 5-10 minutes, I'm there. Easy work. Get there, put the weight on, and then I see the Oregon coach behind me, and he's shaking his head. He's nodding. He's laughing and stuff. And then I'm like, okay, maybe this is it, because Jack and, all those guys they were like just laughing in the corner like it was nothing, because obviously I didn't realize what I was doing at the moment. So, yeah.
Well, you,
Here, I remember one time he had like 4 plates on, and he's getting ready to deadlift it. And I'm like, no, don't do it. Don't, because here, I hadn't watched him deadlift yet,
right.
and I don't want him deadlifting 405 and messing up his back. And I'm going, Jay, don't do it. Don't do it, Jay. I'm hollering at him from across the weight room. He grabs it naturally.
Lightweight.
Andrew, I mean, it may as well just have been the bar.
Lightweight.
Deadlift was definitely my favorite. Definitely my favorite.
I think it's because it had the less movement.
Yeah. Yeah, the arms. The arms being down there already. Yeah, it definitely helped.
So you think by the time you was a sophomore is when you started to realize I got something here. This is something special.
Yes, the people around me started to speak it into existence.
Oh yeah.
Made
I
it
mean,
real.
When did you actually start playing football?
I played a little bit in Pee Wee, like for a couple teams, but it was never like serious.
Never
So
serious.
I'd go out there, I'd make a 70-yard run or something like that, and just run off to the sideline, because it was never really my dream, my passion. But
What was your passion at that point when you just kind of started? Did you like basketball? Were you just kind of like?
I don't really know. I just like running around. I just knew
Yeah.
I like being active.
Yeah.
And then as time grew, I liked basketball more and more, because it challenged me to be like actually more sound with my movements and stuff like that. And then football just came about.
because I remember the first day you showed up to camp, you weren't going to play football, didn't Michael? So when I say Michael, we're talking about Coach Sansoni. He's the one that found you.
Yes.
And he found you at basketball, right?
Yes. Basketball practice in the driveway.
And then brought you to Pius under the assumption that you were going to play basketball, right? Football was just
Yes,
going to be
indeed.
kind of a secondary thing. Because I remember you and Grant Red showed up, and you were just watching camp, and you didn't even think you were going to play football.
No. I
And
didn't
then
know
you were
football was
just
an
like,
option.
I think I'll try this.
I think this might be okay.
Yeah, I think I'll try this,
Time.
right? Because you started late. Did you even play week 1 your freshman year?
No, I played week 3 against Cameron.
Right. You weren't able to play week 1 or 2 because you had to do that whole have enough practices under you. There's that rule that they have. So, yeah, he was going to be just a basketball player, and then played basketball your freshman year, and then said, "I'm done with that." Right? Did you play your sophomore year?
A little bit. I tried at the beginning.
And just were like, "Eh."
Football was. That's when we went very far. Played Lamar, all that good stuff.
Yeah, we went to state. We lose 6-0. That was a good game.
That was a great team too. I mean,
Yeah.
that you lost to. I mean, that was a great team. That the wide receiving core was off the charts. I mean,
I think you may be thinking of
St.
Mary's.
Yes, St. Mary's.
That was the number 1 team at the state that year.
Dude, that not just the class that they were in, but the state.
State, yes, because they were a 3A team, but they were number 1 in the state.
They had 2 receivers in the top 10 in the.
Well, I think they had like 10 or 11 guys go Division 1. In that game,
Guys.
we moved you to linebacker. We put you at middle linebacker that game. Yeah, and we couldn't do anything. They were just too good.
Yeah, they had guys everywhere, outside, inside.
Everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, I think their starting 5 offensive linemen might have all went Division 1. Quarterback went D1. They had that stud wide receiver that initially was going to go to Jackson. No, at the time he was going to Miami, I believe. And then when Dion took the job at
to
Jackson
Colorado.
State,
Colorado.
Yeah,
Jackson State.
he went to
Yeah.
Jackson State first. I don't know where he's ended up. Where's he at?
I think he's at Colorado.
No, he didn't go to Colorado.
Tell me his name. I can't remember his name.
Kevin Coleman.
There you go. That's right.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I got the laptop right here. You guys can keep talking. Maybe I'll look some shit up.
Yeah. I think but he was a stud.
Yeah, he was
Definitely
for
a
sure.
ball player.
Yeah, I remember watching film that week and just being deflated. Just like, man, how are we going to
How's this going to go down? Well, you know when you look at that team and you're trying to find some weaknesses, and you're like, how do we match up? And you guys are playing great ball, but when you look at them on film, you're like, I don't see any weaknesses on the field.
Well, and what gets you is you can't appreciate, 4.3 and 4.4 speed on the film. You just can't appreciate it until you're out there and you're looking at it and playing against it. Yeah. And then you see, the 4.3, 4.4 guys running against your 4.7 guys, and those 3 and 4/10 of a second is astronomical. It's the difference between playing NAIA football and NCAA Division I football. It's 0.3 of a second.
Yeah.
And
it's when you have that kind of speed straight forward and laterally,
here, that kid
it's
cut on a dime.
Oh yeah, it was lateral the whole entire game. It was it was unbelievable.
It was no change in speed when he changed direction.
yeah,
None.
That's what's it's like holy shit.
And we, like, the quarterback at one point just looked like he was at recess.
Yeah, he was just kind of toying around, just having a good time.
Looked like the ice. It was just the ice underneath his feet. He was going figure skating.
He was gliding.
Yeah, it was crazy.
He was gliding. Man, he was good. So then so here, let me ask you this. I've always wondered this, and I'm going to find this out this year as Pius, moved to 5A. But tell me, and you being as good as you are and as athletic and strong as you are, may have not really noticed much, but I'm curious, what you played in 2 state championships at the 2A level. Mm-hmm. You played in a semifinal game your junior year at Liberty North, and then you played in a state championship game and won your senior year. Tell me, did you notice a big difference between 2 and 5A?
It was definitely speed, and there were just more guys, I would say. There were just guys that believed in themselves. There was guys that come from a background with different mentalities when they approach the game. Different outcomes and different hopings of what they're going to do next.
So you're talking as far as the team your teammates that you played with, that you built those relationships with, the mentality was already we're going D1. That's kind of the mentality of like this. They have a different kind of, like you said, spoken into existence. And you went there, and there were several other guys that had that spoken into them as well.
As well, yeah.
So were you, when you played in that first game, were you like, whoa, wow, this is significantly different as far as the speed of the game is concerned?
No.
No.
It was all the same flow. It was, like I said, it was just spoken into existence. Back when Pius was playing, we didn't have the best season before, the year before I came in and everything. And those guys realized that.
So I'm trying to think. Your first year might have been my first year. Your first year was 2020, right? Yeah. So the year before that, they didn't have a good, they didn't have a good 10 years.
No, it was definitely a train wreck.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't have a good 10 years. And here, I've said this on more than one occasion. I don't think just to kind of go with what you're saying, it wasn't like the coaching was, astronomically better, right? Because, Byers was a great coach.
Byers was a great coach.
And here, every, 75% of the coaching staff was coached by Rick Byers.
Absolutely.
So I think the only difference was we got the kids to believe that they could win.
And that's huge.
And we changed their perspective, and we changed their expectation.
Indeed. That's exactly what it was.
Which is the second time this has happened at St. Pius, because
Rick Byers did it himself.
Well, yeah, but you, Tommy Cascone, Michael Sansoni, and Benny Palm said it. He's like, when you guys got to St. Pius, the mentality of we're not going to lose, we're here to win, kind of shifted.
Well, because here, a lot of people, they don't remember my freshman year being 1-8, and then my sophomore year being 4-6, and then junior year we went 8-2. We didn't get out of district, but then senior year we did get out of district, got into that semifinal game, right? And so that's when the culture's kind of changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the culture kind of changed, and here there was a curse for the longest time for that first round of the playoffs, where even as a kid when I watched Pius play, if you talk about like Johnny Cascone and Kenny Hook and Junior Severio and all them guys, their freshman year, they play the first round of the playoffs against Cameron, they lose. Sophomore and junior year, they played the first round of the playoffs against Plattsburgh, lost both times. Their senior year, they played in the first round of the playoffs against Lexington, and they lost. So that first round of the playoff was like a freaking curse. Mm-hmm. And then we had those 3 years.
We're missing your senior year. We played the first round of the playoffs.
And lost 22-21 in overtime against Green Valley.
Yeah.
So it was, 5 out of 8 years.
Right.
We go to the first round of the playoffs, can't get out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't get out, So it was like, man, what the hell is going on, And then, the culture changed. Then they go to state in 98 and win. I think they went in 99 and lost, went in 2000 and won again.
You're off, because 98 was my senior year.
No.
98. I graduated in 98.
97 was your senior year football season.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You graduated in 98, and then 98 was Darren Pringer.
98, 99, they won.
98, they won. 99, they went and lost.
Yeah.
2000, they went and won.
Yeah.
Right? I think, if my memory. And then in 01, which I think might have been Bears' senior year, was when they lost to Green Valley in the quarterfinal game. I think it was a quarterfinal game. I think it was a Monday night.
They're supposed to win. They beat them earlier in the season.
Beat shit out of them, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they end up going and losing.
Mm-hmm. You told me about that.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
I think it haunts them still.
Yes.
I know my loss to Green Valley haunts me.
Your senior year and my senior year both haunt me. We were getting ready to, my senior year, getting ready to go in and score to win the game. Fumbled on the goal line.
Yeah.
For the winning go ahead.
Yeah.
Winning score. And we would have gone, we had the team to go.
You had a good team.
We had a good team. And we only, and you know what's something? We only had 6 seniors.
You, Sheridan, Marks,
Michael, Bobby Dykstra, and Benji Thompson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy. Man,
I mean, but here that team was really junior heavy, right? And all those juniors played as sophomores. Vince Armilio, Matt Brandon, Matt Grither, who you had Ziggy, you had Circo, you had
Ziggy was even younger.
Was Ziggy even younger?
He was a year
He was
younger.
only a sophomore that year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in Sal Circo, I mean, man, here Nick Presco, Darren Pringer, Clint Longwell,
Matt Brandon.
I said him, but there was another Josh Kendrick.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a junior heavy team. You
Absolutely. If we didn't have the juniors, wouldn't even probably won a game.
Well, here, not for nothing though. My senior year, if we didn't have those sophomores, we would have been, we'd have had trouble. I mean, those guys contributed big time.
Yeah, they sure did.
Those guys contributed. Hats off to that '98 team.
Yes.
won. Yeah, they deserved it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's get back to Jay. So
Absolutely.
tell me how were you, and do you feel that you handled that attention that you were getting from all these big schools? How did you handle that? I mean, and did it put extra pressure on you to perform, or were you able to just block that noise out and say, hey, I'm just going to go out and do what I do?
Like you were saying, the juniors of our season, Jack Mosh, Shane Dorian, Jack Kaimi, all those guys, they were a big help to me. Robbie as well, Robbie Sharp. They all really pushed me to just see the game as just football. When we got there, it was just football at that point. We were going out, we were just dominating one game at a time, taking it one by one. And
that's when you were at Pius, and you were in the very early stages
of recruitment.
Mm-hmm. But it got much thicker, in my opinion, as you got to your junior and senior year at Liberty North. Do you think as the recruiting started getting heavier and heavier, and the attention, I mean, here at the end of the day, you were getting visits from Saban, right? I mean, and at that point, you kind of had already committed, but prior to that, when you were getting all this tug of war, over you getting pulled all these different directions, was it hard to stay focused, and was it hard to just say, because I know there's a lot of these kids that they'll know that there's a guy there watching them, and it puts performance anxiety on them. Did you undergo any of that?
No, like I said, those teammates are really what kept me in the game.
Kept you grounded?
Yeah. Everyone just knew that we were out there to perform. And if everyone just did their job, it was easy for me to do what I got to do,
Yeah, and I remember looking at some of those videos on Instagram, and you were kind of doing that Myles Garrett thing, and then went in, blocked the punt, caught the punt.
Mm-hmm.
Second time you done that, caught the punt and went and scored. Because you did it once at Pius, and then you did it at Liberty North. Yeah. Can we put that up?
Yeah.
That'll be crazy.
I'll see if I can find that. Yeah.
Well, here, Jay, I think you have it on your phone, don't you?
I have the Liberty North one for sure.
Yeah, send the Liberty North one to Drew.
Yeah, I may have this TV's got a timeout thing on it. All right, I may have the one that which one was texted to me?
That was the one where he smoked the quarterback on his own read, and he got kicked out of the game, which was a chicken shit call.
Was a chicken shit call.
Well, but you got to understand the flow of that game. The game was getting very violent, and there was some confrontation between the teams. There was some confrontation between the fans, and I think the referee simply kicked him out of the game just to make a statement and calm things down. I really believe that was the case, because worst case scenario, you should have got a penalty for helmet to helmet. That's worst case scenario. That's it. There shouldn't have been an ejection, because at the end of the day, zone read's not any different than option. The quarterback, he's a target. If you're going to run option and zone read, you can't bitch when your quarterback gets drilled.
Indeed.
Indeed.
That's why I just had to go straight for it.
Here,
I knew what was going on.
Hold on. At the end of the day, whether he hands the ball off or not, you're supposed to hit him.
Yes. I can't see if he keeps that ball or not. So
Yeah, you don't know that. I mean, and it wasn't like, you can't ask yourself to hold up at that point too,
Full steam ahead, man.
Yeah.
I was going.
I text you that video, Drew. You should have it.
No, I got that video. I was pulling up his Instagram so we can, see what we got there. But yeah, I could throw that video up real quick.
Let's throw it up real quick. We're talking about it.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go ahead and let's take a peek at this.
All right, here we go.
So watch him just dry hump this quarterback.
Oh, no.
This poor kid.
Oh, that was crazy.
Ouch. let's.
Can we watch it again?
I want to see if I can get that a little slower here.
Because here, let's look.
That was,
Quarterback has the ball in his
he
belly.
was staring at me too.
Well, yeah, he's reading you for sure.
This is what
You have no clue he's going to hand that ball
I
off.
was already ready to hit him.
I mean, this is when he knows he's fucked.
I think he's actually trying to get away.
he's like,
at this
is
point.
not going to be good here. This is not going to be good. And it's just drilled.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, here it is helmet to helmet, Jay. It is helmet
It's
to
a little
helmet.
high. Look, I think it was mostly shoulder. It was definitely mostly shoulder.
Oh, man, look at him just blast him. I could just watch this shot over and over.
Oh God,
Man.
he probably was like, "Here, thank God this guy got kicked out of the game. I do not want to get hit by him again."
What a hit, man. Jeez.
Oh my God, that team! You guys were in. Where'd Melvin end up going, Jay?
Oh no, I found it. UNLV.
Is that where he's going?
Yes, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
He's gonna do great there.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Oh no,
And what?
I found it.
You found it?
What?
Text it over, bro.
Yes, it's in there.
All right, let's see.
Oh, this is crazy.
All right, I don't know if I got it yet. It's got to update.
Are you texting it to him, Jay?
Yeah, it's going in the group chat right now.
All right. It ain't came through yet, but I'm sure it will. Yeah, man. That's a hit.
Oh God, it hurts to watch.
It does. It does. I got a headache just now.
Yeah, I do too. My neck and my head hurt.
My shit hurts,
I need to
man.
go take some Advil after watching that.
My gosh.
Darn.
Gosh. Wow.
But the funny part was, I'm like, Jay, where did you get this? Because here, watch him. And then he sends me a video of Myles Garrett. It's like, oh, that's where you got it.
Let's see here. Boom.
I don't even know what was going on inside my head yet. I was just out there. I seen my teammate like kind of bobbing and weaving too, and I was like, oh yeah, I was just ready to flow.
So here,
with
let's
him.
point him out, Drew.
All right.
Wait, can we even see you yet, Jay?
I'm right there. I'm like in the.
Oh, you're right in the middle. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. Okay, go ahead, Drew. So watch, see him.
Aiden Hager's been really great tonight. And it is blocked by the Eagles.
Thank you.
Great blocking by the Eagles.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, so that's the second time you did that one. I think you did it against St. Michael's your sophomore year at home.
I mean, do they even? They didn't even. How do you not account for 18 on that play?
How do you not account for him under all circumstances?
On every play.
Doesn't matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
Where's he
Crazy.
at? We have to block 18.
Because I mean, he literally, the guy was like, I don't think so. Look at the guy who tried to block.
I pushed off my teammate right there, the one that got an extra block for me, thanks to him. And then yeah, I just glided in the air.
And here, I got to say,
49 wanted
You
no
know-
part of you, buddy.
no, he didn't.
He
Here,
went-
one kid absolutely simply ran away from him. He didn't want any part of that.
Man.
He didn't want any part of that. You know, you had that center on Liberty North who you know who it is. I can't think of his dad's last name, but his mother is Stephanie Bakina.
Okay.
Neil.
Yes.
Yes.
Not a big kid, but what a player.
animal. He lifts a lot. He takes pride in that weight room for sure.
I mean, here, he couldn't be but 200 pounds, right?
Solid, 240.
Oh, is he that
Yeah.
big, Jay?
Well, he was solid though. I don't think he had any like.
I can't
real
believe he
body
was
fat.
240, but man, I mean, he's probably 5'9", you know,
5'9",
maybe.
240 solid.
He was solid. He was like
Man.
Yes, he took pride in the weight room.
Dude.
Just, I mean, to be able to play at that level, I mean, just, you hear at the end of the day, genetically, he just didn't, you know, he doesn't have it genetically, right? But he made up for it, right? Just with determination, heart, and I'm not getting told no, and started.
Pure grit.
I think he might have started his junior year too.
Nah.
No?
Yeah, he got it towards the end. He had his shine at the end of the year, but
And
those
then he
senior
started
guys-
his senior year and played in the state championship. Yeah.
Now, your junior year at Liberty North, there was a guy who played, I'm pretty sure he was a DN, had dreadlocks that bowed down to here. I think he went to Air Force. This dude, I was at the checkout aisle in a Price Chopper up here by the house.
I've talked to that kid.
And I was,
Javon Smith.
yeah, dude. And I was like, you gotta be a football player, man. Like you I'm looking at this kid and I'm like,
Here, you know who? So we talk about Neil Smith's son.
Oh, Keelan Smith.
So that's Keelan. Okay, here, that kid might be the most unselfish player. I mean, ran great routes, fantastic downfield blocker, meticulous. You know, didn't actually get a lot of nods as far as getting passes thrown to him, but I mean, responsible for a lot of touchdowns because constantly moving downfield, making blocks. Just an impressive kid.
yeah.
And here, Xavier as well, Jamie's son.
Uh-huh.
How come I can't think of his last name? Xavier's last
Horn.
name. There you go, Xavier Horn. Just pristine route runner.
Oh, he's just electric. He's got speed of a cheetah.
Yeah, I think
anything.
he actually went to school.
Yes.
He's running track.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
he's
is.
running track.
So let's talk about the decision to play offense versus defense, because you obviously at Pius were playing both sides.
Well, he played both sides at North.
It played both sides at North as well.
Yeah,
So how'd you come to the conclusion that
that ain't his decision.
no, you didn't make that decision?
Shit, no. I guarantee he didn't make that decision. No, the NCAA coaches made that decision.
I understand that, but going through high school and as you're playing, in your head thinking, when I go to the next level, I'm only going to play one side. Once you had the reality set into you that I'm going to play at the next level, you have to have the talk with yourself like, am I going to play offense or am I going to play defense? And you're at this point are excelling at both. What kind of where was your head at?
His head was at offense. I know that.
I've always wanted to play offense.
Yeah,
It's just so much more of a challenge to see the ball in the air and then someone, be so close to you and stuff like that. And you have to adjust to them and still catch the ball.
I remember Dalvin Mormack grappling with that with you. Like, he wants to play offense, but I just don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah,
You know,
it wasn't like that. They got some guys at the next level that can really move. So, offense.
Well, here,
is
what's your
definitely
40
not
time? 4.5 what?
I had a 4.4. 4.49 was
4.49.
my lowest recorded.
Okay.
4.49. That's flying.
Yeah, that's flying.
That's
for
flying,
sure.
dude.
But yeah, I mean, here, what are those NFL? I guess what's the typical NFL receiver run? Low 4.4
Low
probably.
4.4. DK
Yeah.
Metcalf was running a low
Yes.
4.4.
So they're
Metcalf's running a low 4.4.
He's also he's a great route runner. He's got hands. He's got it all. So
I mean, and he's a receiver that he's big enough to play a tight end. But although the NFL's tight end position has really changed since guys like Tony Gonzalez and Gronk, those big ass tight ends, blocking tight ends. You got to be able to block, but having a route running tight end, that's huge.
I mean, look at Kelsey.
Yeah, that Kelsey's a prime example of a guy who can run some routes.
I mean, yes, he's incredibly intelligent.
Yeah, he is.
So you go up. So here, talk to us about. So you narrowed it down to how many schools before you picked Bama?
5. I think.
And who were they?
USC,
USC,
Oregon,
Penn
State,
Michigan, and then Bama.
Well, it was Oklahoma. Bama wasn't really on the table yet.
Bama came last.
Yes, it was.
That's right.
Yeah.
Bama came last.
Bama can kind of come whenever they want to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they can slow play just about anything.
Yes.
So you had those 5, and Bama hasn't come to the table yet. Okay, so talk to me. What's going on in your head between those 5 schools? What's making you gravitate? So where were you gravitating toward out of those 5 schools?
Definitely.
I can guess, but go ahead.
Nah, I want to hear your guess.
I think USC.
It was nice. I never got to go out there because of the flights and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it was definitely up my alleyway. I had a couple brothers and sisters that went there and stuff. But it was definitely Oklahoma.
It was Oklahoma.
Really?
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me why.
Chavez, he's a great coach up there. He knows what he's doing, knows what he's talking about. He's developing everyone how they're supposed to be developed. They got a great program. Coach Venables, he's a winner as well. You guys see what he's doing up there. So they've always had a great program and everything like that. I loved being up there. Their campus is nice. They also had close
What's
to
it,
home.
about 4 hours away driving? Yeah.
And they also had great season too. So
Yeah,
it was definitely in the workings for sure. But yeah, like I said, when Bama came to the table, it was
And then Bama comes to the table at what point? Refresh my memory.
it was like maybe 2 months before commitment. So
Really? 2 months right before?
Yeah.
And when do you commit?
July.
When do you commit?
I committed like December-ish.
Junior, senior year?
Senior year.
Senior year. Is all commitments made on June? Because I've heard juniors making commitments to, like, what's his
Verbals.
name? Yeah, verbal commitments, but you can't sign anything, right?
No, you can only sign like at your commitment day.
And so when you sign for at your commitment date, are you? I mean, what does that kind of signing contract look like? It's like, I have to play here. There's no that I can't change at the last minute.
I don't think there is. Once you like sign, I think you should be stuck into whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
But I don't think there is like an unbinding method until like the contract's up. You're required to sign at 18. So
Okay.
So I think you're binded to the contract.
You're binding to the contract and anything else is portal kind of stuff.
So how does Bama reach out? What's their? Was it Saban initially?
Oh yeah,
It was him.
It was Coach Saban. Yes, he contacted me with a phone call, and then my positions coach shortly after, and then that's when we started our relationship, and that's when we started.
So he contacted you first. Wow.
It was amazing.
You picked up the phone and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, 205 number. I'm just like going about my day, and then she's like, Coach Saban's wanting to talk to you. You have any time? And I'm like, of course. Coach
No,
Saban.
tell him to wait.
I was like, hold on, Coach Saban.
Yeah.
Sat up in my chair. I was like, here we go. Talked to him for a little bit. And that was
Wow. So how'd that conversation go?
It was just, hey, I'm not going to deny it. You're a great ball player. I like what you're doing. You obviously have talent to be at the University of Alabama, and we'd love to be like the next people to develop you. And just hearing that, it was pretty much set. Just being wanted to come to a facility like that and a place like Alabama, and then to be developed by people that know what they're doing like them. It was just one of a kind. There's no way you can say no.
And then, so then you do a visit up there.
Indeed, yes.
And how does that go? So what's a typical visit to one of those schools look like?
2 flights that consist of like 5.5 hours. That was crazy. Then when we got there, they greeted us with our carts and stuff. We met at Bryant-Denny, the stadium. There was already people there. It was like 100-something thousand people there already.
You're kidding me.
No, it was crazy. 106,000 people. Like,
How many recruits did they have there?
I think it was like 18 of us, 19 of us. And yeah, it was just like, it was a small day. It was a very small day. And there was a whole bunch of people there. Players are getting off the buses ready to do their walk of legends into the stadium.
Walk of Legends. Talk to me. Tell me what that is.
We arrive at the front of the stadium, and everyone's lined up on side, like the fans and the crowds. Everyone's on the sides of us, and you get off the bus and you just walk down the middle of all of it.
Oh shit!
Stadium's in front of you. It's 106,000 people in there. Then you got about 70,000 outside, just surrounding you, cameras, everything. And then you're just walking in. You're walking right by them with your headphones on, ready to get locked in, go out there, do what you got to do.
So then, did you get a little workout in? I take it.
No, we went in. They were playing game. They had their game.
So the first visit you had was the Rose Bowl.
LSU. No, LSU.
LSU. Okay.
Back at Bryant-Denny, and then my second game being there was the Rose Bowl. I got to go down for that later.
Nice.
It was crazy. Everything that they do is pretty prestige.
Next level.
Next level. Everything.
Was your head, when you're walking in that Walk of Legends, were you just like,
There's just so many people, and when they like reach out, they have the cameras and everything. It really does, like, it gives you a purpose to be out there. It makes you want to just play for more than just yourself. You know, people are there. People care about the game. They want to see a great game.
Care about the university.
Indeed. That is exactly what that.
Yeah. I mean, wow.
Because Alabama, that's all they got is, well, we ain't got, there's not an NFL team in Bama.
Nope. It's college.
It's all about Alabama.
All about Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah, and heck, I think a lot of them colleges, they may seat more players than the NFL teams.
Well, shit, 100 and something thousand at the stadium and
70 outside.
70 outside. I mean, that's comparable to any NFL atmosphere.
Oh, I guarantee the Chiefs Stadium doesn't seat 100-something thousand people.
No, I don't think it does.
I think it's probably more like
The
80.
only person ever,
Yeah, it's definitely like 80.
the only person ever bring the 100,000 people to Chiefs Stadium is Taylor Swift.
That's good. That's real.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she packs the house everywhere she goes. But
76,416.
yeah, man, that's a
It's not
30,000.
raping.
Yeah, 30,000 people difference just in the stadium, and you know
That stadium gets loud.
and you know when Chiefs Stadium.
Yes.
Yeah. You know there's no way there's 70,000 people outside the stadium because everybody who goes to the game tailgates, and so you get the same amount basically inflow outflow. You're talking 170,000 people at a place, man. That's crazy.
God. Oh, man. So then you commit and you go up there in January or December, right after Christmas, wasn't it?
It was right after Christmas.
So then, did you take classes up there that year, this winter semester? How many hours?
I think I only took 2.
Okay.
I was only taking like 2 classes.
And then what's their requirement, or is there a requirement of the number of hours that you're going to have to take during football season?
No, I don't think there's a requirement.
I mean, I got to assume it's at least 12, right? 12's a full-time student. That's what it used to be.
I mean, I would hope that during football season that
You
they
could
would
lighten the load a little bit.
lighten it a little bit. Yeah. So these, guys are, which, it's just similar to people who are, studying to be going to a specific field. It's like that is going to be the profession post college.
Right.
And football for Jay and a lot of other guys at Alabama, their profession after college is going to be football. Hopefully going to be football.
What percentage of football players from Bama go to the league, I wonder?
It's definitely increased, but NFL wise, it's definitely still slim, like 2 or 3%. I don't know for the NFL guy. I mean for Bama guys, but it's definitely still
I know NCAA Division I athletes, it's like 3%.
Yeah, increase from.
Yeah, but I'm curious of what number Bama holds as far as the number of kids that play at Bama that end up going to the league. I bet it's higher than that. I bet it's higher than 3%. So you took 2 hours, and then so tell me about off-season workouts. What's that look like?
At 6:30 every day. You got to show up, be there, be ready. We get a quick lift in, about an hour and a half.
Hour and a half lift.
Mm-hmm. We got a little warm up station, and then we got three blocks, nothing crazy, and then we got a protein shake and get us off to class. So it's pretty in and out every morning.
When you say 3 blocks, what do you? So there's like 3 circuits. Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking this selfishly as a strength and conditioning coach. So what are the, like, is it a lower body day, an upper body day?
We do both. We'll combine it every day.
combine
Yeah,
it?
we'll do like a bench, and then we'll do like split squat or back squat, and we'll do like some variation of a push up top, just to equal everything out. And then we'll have some smaller utility med ball drills and stuff like that.
So how many exercises per block?
Probably like 4.
4 exercises per block, and then you do 3 blocks.
Yeah, it's usually sets of 4, 15, just conditioning
Okay.
and everything going.
So you'll do 4 sets, and then the rep range is around 15, you said?
Yes.
So at what point, so have they started doing any lower rep, higher weight stuff yet?
Not yet.
Everything
is just
high reps.
Mhm.
Nothing lower than 15. how are they determining, or how are you determining how much weight you're pushing?
I mean, we just throw weight on, honestly.
So it's arbitrary. So they're not. It's not like
you're just putting on something that you know that you can rep out. That's a challenge, but yet it's not pushing you to that point to where it's like, okay,
I need a spotter.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna have to help me on my last couple reps.
Yeah, it doesn't ever get to that point. It's always, I'm going to throw on this weight to warm up, whatever I'm feeling. We're going to throw on another 25, 35, and then we're going to rep that out, throw on another 15, 20 pounds. We're just going to keep going, progressive overload.
And then when you lift, are you lifting with your position guys?
Yes.
So you're,
That's all we do.
and so let's talk here. We probably ought to say this. You've been recruited as an outside linebacker.
Yes, sir.
So you're lifting with the outside linebackers then. Okay. Or is it just all linebackers?
It's just outside linebackers.
Outside
Most of our linebackers, like our middle linebackers and stuff like that, they have their own group. They're like a larger group compared to us outside linebackers. So it's just a couple of us in the mornings, and we get knocked out.
Now you played D end in high school.
Mm-hmm. Hand in the dirt.
Yeah. So has this been a shift for you? How do you feel about it?
You don't like his hand in the dirt. I know that.
Nah. Once I got to step back for that state game, I felt like I seen the field a little better.
Yeah.
I got to be here and there a lot quicker and easier. So I think it gave me more access to what I can do, like in terms of shutting down the offense. But I definitely like having the range away from the ball, not having my hand in the dirt.
Well, yeah. I mean, and if I venture to say now, I don't know this to be 100%, but I'm figuring that your outside, your tackles, your offensive tackles are probably anywhere from 6'5" to 6'7". Man, there's probably there might be guys taller than that, but you're talking 300 pounds probably plus.
330,
Yeah.
340.
Yeah, and you're face to face with them, so speed is obviously going to be to your advantage, but also you got guys now that got wingspans similar to yours, so you creating space is probably a lot more challenging.
Mm-hmm. I thought my wingspan was definitely going to do me justice, but those guys are definitely equal to or larger than me. So speed is definitely going to be key, and then also technique.
Yeah.
Technique is going to also beat them every single time because they're just not fast enough.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, at that weight, it's going to be tough to keep up with a guy running a 4.9. I mean,
I'm curious about some of your film watching habits. You know, the stuff that's we've talked about what goes on in the weight room, but in high school, how that increased. How much film did you watch? Kind of to give these other high school players listening, here's where I was at. I watched a lot. I didn't watch a lot. Kind of talk about that.
Talk about your film watching habits in high school.
I only watched film with my coach and stuff. Every time I got the chance to talk to a coach, I'd ask to watch film. Film is also very, very good to know what you're doing, to know what the other team's doing. But I like playing instinctually. Like I felt like everything coming to me naturally. Like the coach is giving me intel on the opposition. It's definitely better. Yeah, it's.
So has your film watching, because here's the problem I think with most high school kids and probably even college kids is actually like knowing how to watch film, right?
Mm-hmm.
Versus, just sitting there and just staring at it,
Yeah.
knowing how to watch it. Have you learned how to break down film as you've progressed through the game, or are you still relying mostly on your position coach to break things down for you?
Now I've been taught how to break down film. I know what I'm watching for now. I know I can watch the guys ahead of me now because they're veterans. They know what they're doing. That's also a great thing that I get to have going in early and stuff like that. But yeah, I just take notes with them. I break down everything. I watch what I'm watching. Tackle steps, their first steps, their reads, what makes them go, what makes them overset more and stuff like that. And that's all I have to take down because all I need is a one-on-one. It's a one-on-one matchup, or if I get help from another guy crashing in, I know I'm playing off of him and it's another one-on-one. It's pretty much puzzle work. So watching film's not really as essential as most people make it sound, because at the end of the day, it's going to go out there. You're going to be instinctual, and you just got to know you have one piece of the puzzle, and you need to do your job.
So what about, so we know, like, as an edge rusher, right, that's going to be very much instinctual, right? And it's a feel game, and it's, you're paying attention to the quarterback as he's stepping up into the pocket. How does that change what you're doing? That type of stuff. What about run game?
Run game, it's pretty much the same thing. You just set your edge. You don't let anything outside of you, and it's really just it's a flow game at this point. I think college will allow a lot more flowing instead of reading and understanding. I think I really truly believe that I'm going to be able to flow a lot better in the college level, knowing that I have the other puzzle pieces around me that know that they have one job as well, and they're capable of doing it to their best ability as well.
Right. Yeah, I guess you're probably So let me ask you this: as an outside linebacker, talk to me about your alignment without a tight end. Where are they having you line up without a tight end?
Outside shade. I'm probably like
5 technique.
Yeah, 5 technique, about 1.5 yards away, and I'm angling straight to the 5-step drop of the quarterback, especially on those second and third down. Come run game, whenever I see a running back in the backfield, we'll slightly straighten out our alignment and go more upfield to create the knockback with the offensive tackle.
So are you always 1.5 yards off the ball?
Yes,
Okay.
about 1 yard from our D lineman.
So in a passing situation, your 5 technique's wider than it is in a running situation.
Yes. Yeah, just to give us that extra step and over that tackle.
You're a little bit more almost. I'm sure you're not head up, but it's like a tight 5
on a run.
That makes sense.
We just want to get that inside shoulder and create that knockback seam to make that ball either bounce wide and where we can shut off, make the top, play, or
allow linebackers to get over the top, the middle linebackers to get over the top. And I'm sure part of it is to keep the tackle off of another linebacker too,
from climbing and everything like that.
Yeah. So that's probably why they move you in a little bit. That would make sense.
Is the returning outside linebacker from last year's team still at Bama?
No, he went to the draft. Dallas Turner.
He got drafted?
Vikings.
Vikings.
First round draft pick.
Nice.
He was number 17th or 18th.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
So how many guys you got in front of you?
At the moment, I only have 3 or 4.
Okay. And how old are they? What years are they?
5th year senior.
Okay.
I believe a senior that just graduated, and then 2 juniors.
Okay. Wow.
Both of the juniors, they're both good at pass rushing, better at pass rushing, but the 5th year senior and the other senior, they just understand the game. They're just absolute freaks, They go out there, they've seen the game so many times. You just can't get anything by them.
Yeah, it's tough I'm sure to compete mentally with them when they got 4 years of studying. Yeah, yes. and seeing things, that's invaluable. That's a unique situation to be in, to be able to learn from those guys.
Yes.
For sure.
Have they all have the majority of them been there since they were freshmen?
Yes. These guys are solid. They've been there since Coach Saban. Yeah.
So
they've been recruited and everything like that.
They're probably that's great. You said it's invaluable because there's a whole mental side of when we play on Saturdays, how that's going to feel and getting adjusted to that.
That has got to be an adjustment, I have to think.
Yeah.
To be playing in front of 100,000 people. I mean, that and there's probably no way to mimic that.
No,
you just have to go out and experience and get used to it, right? Because you can't hear anything. I would imagine it's probably loud as hell, and especially when the whole entire purpose of the crowd is to make the offense where they can't hear.
Right.
So that's definitely has to affect defense as well.
Yes,
you know?
it's-
So
Now, obviously, they can't suit up for game day 5 outside linebackers. I wouldn't think.
I bet they can.
No,
No, how many will they suit up?
probably three. Three if we get lucky.
3.
Mhm.
So you got to be in that top 3.
Yes,
You got to work yourself up to that top 3.
yes, indeed. That would be
Hell, we ain't shooting for 3. We're shooting for 1.
number one, baby,
That's it.
all the time.
No, I hear you. I hear. I have zero doubts, Jay. I've said it to you. I've said it to I don't know how many people. You know, I personally think you'll grow mentally and you know mature to the point where you could eventually be one of the best edge guys in the NFL. I said it a long time ago. I'll say it here right now. You know, I think not only is he going to be amazing at that NCAA Division I level, Power 5 level, but I think he'll go into the NFL and he's gonna be equally productive.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
I believe that.
yeah, I mean, you got all the tools. I think just being patient, working hard, watching film, perfecting the craft, and then luck is when opportunity meets preparation. So I think you're definitely going to get the opportunity. You just got to make sure that when that comes, you're prepared.
Mm-hmm. How does your strength and speed stack up against the guys who are in front of you right now?
I just say they know what they're doing.
You know what they're doing.
They know where to be, when to be there.
So from a strength and speed standpoint, you're fine. You're equally as strong and fast as them.
I will develop to be exactly where they are by the time I get there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm on course to being. I won most improved freshman coming out of our spring game, so that was a big improve. My strength, my
So
speed.
they're already noticing it.
Yes, everything is going in the right direction, and I just need to keep improving, stacking good days on good days.
That's right. That's right. Stack a good day on a good day. Absolutely.
Now, Bama just had a coaching change.
Let's talk about that.
Coach
So you get recruited. Saban, recruits you probably as hard as he recruited anyone. And you commit, and I have to assume a big portion of your commitment was you wanted to play for him.
Yes. Great.
And then very shortly after the Rose Bowl game, he resigns.
Mm-hmm.
And the coach from Washington, tell me his name.
Kalen DeBoer.
There you go. He takes the job. And there were some kids, to my understanding, the quarterback left.
Mm-mm.
No, it wasn't the quarterback?
Mm-mm. It was our safety, Caleb Downs.
Okay.
And then an offensive tackle,
So
Caden
just
Proctor.
two guys just said, I'm done.
Crucial guys, yeah. Big
Just-
time guys.
They went into the portal.
And then our draft guys, Terry Arnold, Dallas, as you know, and then a couple more. After they left, it was pretty much all eyes and ears are up. Everyone was worried about Coach DeBoer coming in and stuff like that with Coach Saban leaving and replacing him. And honestly, it was scary. The first week or two, everything was all over the place. Walls came crashing down for sure. The office got rebuilt and everything like that. But when he got there, he was definitely a great coach. He spoke to us with urgency. He's spoken to us with certainty that he knows what he's doing. He's ready to fill the shoes and more and do what he's supposed to do.
So you have 100%.
100% confident.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. He's won with less talent at other places and stuff like that.
So why wouldn't he win here?
Cream of the crop, baby.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's another side to it, Jay. I think that it's got to feel kind of good that you're going into a program with a new coach and it's your first year too.
Mm-hmm.
You guys got that in common. So not everybody has the same kind of relationship. Everybody's building the same kind of relationship with the coach day one as you are. It's an equal playing field.
Well, and he's also in a situation where the guy's probably like, hey, if Saban wanted him, why the hell wouldn't I?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think anybody's undercutting Saban's recruiting.
Yeah, I mean,
he knows how to win. He knows what to look for.
You know,
I'll deal with his recruits
He's probably highly regarded
for sure.
in that community.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I have to think.
yeah.
So they probably all trusted his judgment when they said, "Hey, Saban wanted Jayshawn Ross. I bet I wanted.
I think I want to. Yeah. Now, did Saban coach in the NFL?
You know what, Drew?
I
think he's been with Bama for like 13 years, right?
He's been with Belichick, so.
I thought, I looked this up a while back.
I thought he did for a couple of
I
years.
thought he was with the Patriots.
Yeah.
So let's see, if we go to his career, was he with the Patriots with Belichick? Oh, he was with the Dolphins.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Was he
And then
there?
he was with Louisiana, Michigan State. Let's see. So he was at Kent State.
Oh,
Then he was at Syracuse, West Virginia, Ohio State, Navy, Michigan State, Houston Oilers. So there's your NFL for 88 and 89, Toledo in 90, Cleveland Browns 91 to 94, Michigan State 95 to 99, LSU 2000 to 2004, Miami Dolphins 05 and 06, and then so from 07 to 23 he was with Bama. So that's 16 years.
Yeah. Man.
Is that camera still on?
Yeah, I got to take it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a pretty good pedigree.
Yeah, I would say so.
that's a long time.
Yeah, that's a winner. I bet that guy, it's got to command 80 hours a week. It has to.
I couldn't even imagine.
It has to command that.
Yeah.
That's a great job to have.
I mean, it has to command, because here, as soon as you're done, you're recruiting.
Yeah.
You're probably traveling all over the place recruiting. I mean, I'm sure he's got guys that do it too, but
What is the current off-season command of your time daily for football?
We were sent a workout packet that we get, 1 or 2 workouts a day, and we just work out twice a day.
So there's no film involved right now.
At the moment, no. It's required. Like as a professional, I think you should be able to watch your own film, take your own notes, perform still in the off season.
Right.
But it's not required at all.
Right. So it's just here, how much better do you want to get? And what kind of edge do you want to have?
What do you want to come back and bring to the table?
Right.
That's all.
Right. Man, oh man. And I have to think the in season, I'm curious to chat with you, after your first season.
Oh, that's going to be a great conversation.
Well, because
17 games.
Well, yeah, right.
How many games?
17. New college playoffs.
Really?
It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But my curiosity is, there has to be a simultaneous preparation for more than one team, right? It's not like, I can't imagine they get done playing on a Saturday and then they start to prepare for next week from Saturday to Saturday. There has to be, I have to think it's simultaneously more than one team. I have to think so.
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm curious to see. Now, especially maybe not for players, right? But for coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They have to be, and being able to keep all that in your head and who's doing what and how we want to defend, all these different offenses. And
you got to rely on the team that you've built around you, because obviously I don't think that you can keep your attention in so many different directions. You have to rely on the coaches you've built around you to report like you say, give me the USA Today version. I don't need. There are certain.
you want the 30,000 square foot view,
right? Because if I take every intricacy in it and don't expect you to do your job, then I'm not going to get the right information back to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like at that point when you get there, you got to be looking at your team of coaches and say, okay,
And maybe they have a set of coaches that are simply looking at the next week.
oh, I'm sure they do.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
They're not only looking at the current week, but they're also dabbling into the following week. And so they can give them that 30,000 square foot view so that they can now direct their attention to X, Y, and Z between Saturday and Saturday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm curious as to how that looks.
Well, and I also think, like we, like at the high school level, completely different, but you would send guys out to watch other teams.
Well, then you used to have to, but now you could just upload a film.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's all on Huddle.
Right.
But they're not obligated. I think so. So here, don't quote me on this. Simone would know this better than me, but I think they're obligated to give you 2 weeks of film in high school, right? The opposing coach.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're obligated to give it to you until the week you're playing them, right? So normally we won't get that information uploaded into our Huddle until the Saturday after. So the Saturday before we play.
You got a week to prepare.
No, you don't. You're getting it on Saturday. You're playing them on Friday.
You got less than a week.
Yeah, because sometimes you won't get it till Saturday night.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, at the college level, that's obviously totally different because you get same day. As soon as the game's played, you got whatever you need.
Uploaded. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah.
I would think that they're able to do that. There's no telling. There's just, the demand and the amount of film watching that they have to do.
Yeah. Now, Jay, do they make you stay on campus? Are they going to make you stay on campus? Is there a rule that freshmen have to stay on campus? Or
Yeah. Coach Saban had a rule, like a 2-year rule, and I think that's going to stay for a little while.
Yeah,
and then,
I think it's important. Mm-hmm. It makes life easier for you guys.
A little bit, but
everything's all right there as you're adjusting to this. God, it's overwhelming. I have to think it's an overwhelming commitment.
Mm-hmm. It's very different being 14 hours from home.
Yeah.
The freedom, though, it's definitely a lot more to have on your hands.
So, okay, so we talked about the weights, but let's talk about nutrition. So are they monitoring? I have to assume they're monitoring what you're putting into your body.
Mm-hmm. For the most part. They have 4 meals a day. So there's pretty much all the food that you're consuming is monitored already. But you have like a daily check-in. You go in there about twice a day. You check in, make sure you're getting the right things you need in your body. And
what's the meals look like? What's it consistent of?
Everything.
Steak,
lobster, crabfish, whatever you want.
Every day?
It's endless. Every single day. Whatever you want, you go on, you press a button, and it's made for you. So it's actually the craziest part of it.
It's awesome. I bet it's so good.
Everything is so good. It's fresh right off the grill.
Does everybody have this?
Yes.
Right.
All the coaches, everyone has the ability if you're a part of the university.
But it ain't just here is a
no Joe Schmo that's just going to school there ain't getting that.
No, he don't get that kind of diet.
No,
Fortunately not.
No, he don't get that. You got to figure
now supplements wise, and I don't even know that.
Yeah, that's another good question. What are we looking at? We looking at protein powder? I think that thing beeped, Drew. Did it?
Yeah.
Damn thing just intermittently turns off.
I don't understand it, Frank. I really don't.
I don't either. I don't know anything about electronics. That's your job.
Well, I thought we were going to a different studio.
We are eventually.
Big guy just texted me. I have to meet with the accountant.
What time?
1:30.
Oh, no problem. I got to be done by 1.
Yeah, we'll wrap this up in here in about 10 minutes.
I got to be done by 1. I got a meeting at 1:15. So
we were talking about nutrition and supplements.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, talk to me about what this. I'm sure there's a protein shake, stuff like that. But they got you on creatine or anything like that?
I think they put creatine in our protein shakes. They make our protein shakes for right after we're done with our workout, and we just walk over to the thing. They put protein powder, creatine, whatever else you ask for in there, like magnesium if you need it, whatever. They'll do it all for you right there in their shake. Or if you go back up there, they'll give you what you need and when you need it, and you don't have to go anywhere for it.
Now pre-workouts, is there? You guys don't do that?
Nah, not really. I don't think any of us do. But
I don't like them. I took a pre-workout once, thought I was gonna have a heart attack.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like them. I see some of these kids, they dry scoop it. They'll just
yeah,
they'll throw it in and then they'll have to drink some water. I'm like, hey, that makes me have anxiety just watching them do it.
Dude, no.
I drink this stuff. It's called Spark. It's by Advocare.
Okay.
And it'll give you a little oomph, but just to get you started, but it's not that uncomfortable,
buzzy, tingly, hot.
You start itching. Yeah. I can't stand
I know
that
exactly
shit.
what you're talking.
I don't like anything that make me zoom. I don't like even coffee. I don't drink coffee.
I like coffee.
No, if I drink coffee, that half a cup, I'll sip on it and then start sweating, and then I'm done.
Pre-workout does have a way of kind of getting you focused.
That is real.
But here,
that is real.
but you're going to tolerate it better because
I have a little ADD.
and so if you have to take a stimulant, it's probably not going to do to you what it does to me.
Probably not, no.
So you'll be able to take it like Michelle can take it. Michelle can take 2 scoops of pre-workout and then slam it and drink a cup of coffee and then go work out and be fine.
Yeah, that I usually got to space it out a little bit.
Yeah,
No,
when
it's got that niacin in it though. I really don't like that stuff because I turn red. I don't know what the hell that's about, but anyway, the shit is kind of toxic.
It's no good.
No.
Like those monster drinks and all that shit. That stuff's terrible for you.
Yeah.
That's like BCAA or something like that.
Well, those branched chain amino acids, you can drink branched chain amino acids and not get that Zoom feeling. So I can drink those, but I'm not drinking a pre-workout. So man, they're monitoring. So do they go down as far as to manage that's got to be tough for them to do with all them athletes, but to manage your macros, especially for someone like you. How much weight do they want to put on you?
About 30 pounds.
So and how much do you weigh right now?
225.
So they want you to be around 255, 260, and they want you to do that by when?
Probably mid spring. I mean mid spring next year.
Okay, so they're giving you a year to put on the 30.
But if I could put it on by like summer, into
it's a
summer,
lot of weight to put on by then, especially with how many calories you're burning with 2 workouts a day. You would have to consume a lot. I mean, you have to figure as a rule of thumb, you need to consume a gram of protein for every pound you want to weigh. So for you would have to consume 255, 260 grams of protein. That's a lot.
A lot.
That is a lot of food.
And
it's got to be a lot of clean food because, empty calories, it's useless for these guys. I mean, garbage in, garbage out, right? I consume 260, 250 grams of protein, which is probably a bunch of shit that I eat and
Let's talk about the trans fats
that I eat and go to sleep. But for them to consume that much protein, man, that's a lot.
Your body only absorbs a certain amount of protein
at a time. Right. Yeah. I mean, I think the most it can absorb at one time is 30 grams.
Yeah.
And then you have to make sure you're getting enough fluid intake so it doesn't spill over into your kidneys.
Yeah.
So that's, they have to be, did they monitor your fluid intake too?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's the command? How much?
I'm not sure, but we have like this thing that right before practice, they come around with the hydration test.
And they want to make sure you're not dehydrated.
If you're anything that yellow or that red, they're on you. At practice, they bring you an extra water bottle. They're chasing you around practice 24/7.
Yeah, right. They don't want you cramping up, and your elite athletes. What goes into your body has to be elite. It is what it is, and that's part of the discipline of being a professional, right? And being the 1%er, right? Those you have to be disciplined. You have to, have delayed gratification. You have to understand that everything you're doing may suck now, but you're doing it for a greater purpose, and wrapping your mind around that. Yeah, I mean that's a big component of it, and what makes a professional a professional. I don't give a shit what you're a professional at.
I agree. It's got to be one of those things. It's there's no shortcut. You cut one corner, you make 2 more. So,
yeah,
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Like if you want to be that guy, that next level, you've got to.
Yeah. You know,
be dialed in.
talent will only take you so far.
100%. Especially when you go D1.
Yeah, because they
Everyone's
all got talent.
Everyone's got it.
Yeah, they all got talent. And honestly, shit, I've seen talent ruin as many people as I've seen it push them. You know, I've seen, talent can ruin you.
As soon as you start drinking your own Kool-Aid, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
as soon as you start, there's a difference between, confidence and arrogance.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Arrogance will kill you.
Arrogance
done.
will kill you. You know?
Yeah. You want to be confident, but you want to be, you got to have a little bit of fear, be afraid enough to go to weights 15 minutes earlier and stay 15 minutes late. Be afraid enough to watch an extra 15 minutes of film a day, be afraid enough to be disciplined to eat right, drink right, take care of your body, do that type of stuff.
And I think we need to speak to what the fear actually is surrounding, and that's the fear of failure.
That's right. I'm not talking about fear of your opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that.
You have to have a fear of failure, and I think the best athletes in the world probably have
Here, Hicks and Gracie's comment on fear. I mean, that guy was at one point the baddest man on the planet. Let's just face it.
Yeah.
And he said, if someone comes to me and says they're not afraid, then I'm telling you they're stupid.
Yeah.
He goes, fear and intelligence is directly proportional. If you tell me you're not afraid, then you're stupid.
Yeah.
He said, I'm afraid of everything. And that's a guy that never lost a fight. And he was afraid every time.
Courage is just fear management.
That's it.
How do I manage this fear and channel it to be,
You can't have
beneficial.
courage unless you're afraid.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's doing something in the face of fear. Fear.
Yeah.
So if you ain't afraid, then you can't be courageous. So I mean, I think that's good. And I think you're good, man. I can't wait to watch the next 4 years and
Gonna make it 3.
there you go.
I'll
go with
make it
that.
3, man.
Hey, get your ass into the league fast as you can, brother. That's all I could say. I mean, these guys that stay for their senior year, I'm like, man, go get paid. You can always go back and get the degree.
Yeah.
You can always go do that.
Yeah.
I mean, here, what's the degree going to get you? $60,000 a year job
Right.
somewhere?
You're gonna
Fuck that degree.
You got to go work at Enterprise Rent-A-Car, become a management trainee.
Yeah. I mean, or are you going to go make $10 million a year in the NFL?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Go get your ass in there fast as you can. I agree, Jay. I agree. So, here, you know what? You got a fantastic, intelligent guy in Anthony Simone in your corner. And the only thing I could tell you, just do what he says.
Yes. Open ears, man.
Just when he talks, listen. That guy is as grounded as they come. He's incredibly intelligent, and whatever. You know what? I shouldn't fucking say that because
Why?
now he's going to listen to this.
Yeah, he's like,
He's gonna be like, uh-oh.
yeah.
But here, he will say this: every time we bet on something, he loses.
Well,
I've been right every single time. I remember the first bet we had was we were playing St. Mary's, and he put you back for kickoffs. He goes, there ain't no way they're going to kick to him. I said, they're going to kick to him every single time. And did they kick to you? They kicked to you.
They tried to.
They kicked to him. I said, they're going to kick to him. Trust me, they're going to do it. No, they won't. Okay.
yeah.
That was the first bet. But every single time we've bet, he's lost. So I just do want to say that.
Yeah.
I know you got to get going. I got a meeting at Flash at 1:30. What you've had you've had some turbulence in your life. You've overcame it. You've maintained. You've progressed despite every obstacle put in front of you. What is something that you would want to tell young kids, as you start to go on your venture and what allowed you to get to where you're at right now, other than your talent? Because like I said, everybody's got it. So what message would you give people who are watching, these young kids, athletes, people who aspire to do what you're doing?
Don't set yourself short. Always believe that you can take one more step. And just pick your foot up and place it down right where you thought you were going to push it.
And here, something else that you said, people started to speak things into existence for you. Surround yourself with people who have the same beliefs you do.
Indeed.
you know, and surround yourself with people who are going to speak good things over you and take the negative gossip shit. And it's an energy drain. It's an energy suck. And it just, don't even surround yourself with that shit. Yeah. Buddy, I love you. I think you're going to do great. I think you're going to crush it at Bama. And as I've said already, you're going to end up being one of the best edge guys in the NFL. And I'm excited to watch this all unfold.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Appreciate
But
you
here,
guys.
what I do need, I need some Bama attire.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need some here. So you're leaving when?
Saturday.
And come back probably not till when? Like Christmas time. You don't even get to come back. No,
After the
because
Rose Bowl
yeah,
and all
after
that
because you
deal.
guys play Jam 1.
Yeah.
Because I'm speaking that over you too.
You know, we're going to win
So
that
you won't
national
come back till
championship.
January. So here, what I'm gonna need, and I'll Venmo you because all my kids are wearing me out about Bama sweatshirts, and so is my wife.
Right.
So, but I need some legit Bama sweatshirts.
We can do that.
Yeah.
can
So
do that
just
for sure.
just let me know, and I'll make my wife send it to you. She's got all the money.
And before,
You know how that goes.
and before you leave, I think we should get Jay to sign that football.
Oh hell yes!
Let's get a marker and get that football signed.
Yeah, that's that because that you know,
Put that date on it,
and we'll say, hey, we signed it before he even played one game at Bama.
yeah, that's right.
Now what?
Let's
Now
do it.
what?
Let's do
Awesome.
it. All right, let's go.
All right.
Good deal.
All right, thanks, Jay.